Ladies and gentlemen, today we're looking at a 15-inch MacBook Pro Retina, the late 2013 that I'd bought locally off a guy for about 700 bucks Canadian. Seemed like a really good deal at the time, and to be honest, old Intel Retina MacBooks, in my opinion, function terribly. What were my grievances with the Retina MacBook? Well, it got really hot all the time. It actually got really hot doing anything. It would hit temperatures of 100 Celsius just with a Chrome window open on Google. I would open up a game like Minecraft and the thing would hit 100 Celsius. It was like everything, if you even breathed on it, it would hit 100 Celsius on all of the cores, all 4 cores. So it was just a horribly designed machine, and I'm sorry. I love MacBooks as much as the next person. I use a 2010 as my daily driver, and I have this lovely G3 right here, among others. But let's be perfectly honest, the Retinas were the best that we had at the time, and right now, again, in my opinion, I just don't think they're worth it. So I ended up selling it. But before I did sell it, I did a few things. So we saw the video where I changed the thermal paste on it. If you haven't watched that,
take a look.
And today we're going to check out the video of how I replaced the battery, which was actually a horrible, horrible thing to do. And if you're watching this video because you're going to replace the battery in yours, Godspeed. You know what? It's totally doable. It's just a really unnecessarily difficult process. You don't need all the heavy-duty tricks that some of the people tell you to use. You don't need the iFixit kit where you put on the glue killer. You can just use 99% isopropyl alcohol and some thick twine. Also going to want a pair of gloves because that thing is going to dig into your bones if you're not wearing gloves. Without further ado,
I can't stop farting.
And we should just get to the video itself. So let's do it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for surgery, and the unlicensed doctor is in. Shout out to 99% isopropyl alcohol. Before we get started, this is going to be the hero of the story today. Make sure you have a bottle of ISO with you for this project. First up, we got to undo some screws, and make sure the cat does not drink the alcohol, as he could go blind. So we're just going to undo some screws, get the bottom case off. Comes off with a quick pop as there's 2 little latches in the center, or maybe latch isn't the right word to use. First step once the bottom case is off is to disconnect the battery with a plastic tool. Don't want to use metal because that could give you a nasty shock. And then you're going to have a quick stare down with a cat because one will appear and will not leave until you've proven your dominance. And then the second hero of our tale today is heavy twine or string. Essentially, we need to cut a piece that's long enough for us to wrap around our fingers and then saw back and forth underneath each battery cell. Did I just say underneath? And of course the cat wants to play with string because that is in their nature. It's almost like string must have been edible for them at a time. And because we're working on delicate machinery here with isopropyl alcohol, I put a little paper towel in between the glass and the keyboard in case any of the liquid leaked out. Not that it would have a terrible effect or anything, but it's just much easier to clean up. And here we are, sawing back and forth, and this is quite literally what you have to do for each separate cell in the case. Once you have each cell free, they're going to want to slide back down and stick, so you might want to wedge something underneath them. And here we are on to cell number 2. So you start on one side, pop something in, let the cat have a quick sniff, and then you're going to move to the other side. So not quite for the middle yet. You don't want to wrench the center cells this early. You just want to free up everything on the sides because they're easier to get to. And once you have both of those out of the way, you're just going to do the same thing. Put something underneath. Make sure that it doesn't get stuck again. And then you're right back into it, going after those center cells. Now there is a little plastic frame that holds in the cells at the top where the battery connects, and in this case I may have had to drill them out because the head's stripped. I couldn't see any screws there, but you're going to want to unscrew those as well to remove the whole battery assembly. And then it's just a quick cleanup with some spudgers and ISO. Much better. Also, do not with this. Don't do what I'm doing right now. I broke my trackpad. Just a word to the wise. And then, sadly, I missed all the footage of me putting the new battery in and the bottom case, but as you can see, we're booting up just fine. We got a double boot chime, perhaps because there's a new battery, but everything does seem to work as normal. I can't stop farting, as you can see, and the battery's at 100%. So, it was a success. I'm a genius. Just kidding. Maybe, maybe not. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm the Canadian Computer Collector, and it wouldn't be a video without a big brother in it.